I had a great weekend last weekend with the team from The Collective and Jonathan Voltz and the crew there, who in Bali, we had a live AI workshop. It was so fun to be with some other like-minded individuals as they shared their Transform Your Business with AI workshop from The Collective. And what was awesome is, we're looking at this impact of AI. You might remember this slide I've shared with you before, that like in 2025, you're going to see some people are going to ignore or resist AI. Some are going to dabble with it, and potentially their productivity is actually going to go down because they're getting distracted and not focusing on the core work. And then there'll be those who go all in like you are, that start to see these gains. And then if we sort of spin ahead another 12 months, those that just took no action are going to be at risk. Maybe those that dabble have a bit of progress, but there'll be this compounding impact from those that have been really going all in on AI. And by the time you get to 2027, just be light years ahead. But now, Jonathan's a bit of a futurist, and what he was sharing was this concept that the AI impact, the compounding impact, those that are going all in, is more like a 20% monthly game. If you have a look at this over a 12-month period, those that don't adopt AI to those that take on a 20% compounding impact. In fact, he went one step further and said it's probably more like a magnitude of 50%. And at this point in time, within 12 months, those that go all in become unstoppable. Now, if you can't see this yet of why this is such a possibility, I'm going to show you something today that will probably change your mind. Because a portion of this is about the skill set and you applying it and seeing where the opportunities are. But the other thing is, we can't see what's going to happen next with just how big an impact and advancements we're going to get with AI, except to say Google had released their update a couple of days ago, and my goodness, it was packed full of advancements. I'm going to share with you two of them and a couple of predictions as we look at the impact of these. Now, of course, this concept of AI will be no worse than it is today. It's always going to continue to get better. It's such a ridiculous curve. And if you look at this little snapshot of even just mid-journey, have a look from February 2022 to May 2022, just the changes that we saw. And if you're following it, and if you're not, you should follow my friend Rory Flynn. His work with mid-journey and these models is outstanding. And he's got such a great teaching style. So go and search for Rory Flynn and make sure you follow him and buy his stuff. He's amazing and really affordable and will just give you such great guidance. And he's toying with some of the latest in video, because sometimes images are not enough now. And I'm going to share with you this breakthrough that we've seen from Google.
But sometimes you need motion and sound to tell the whole story. Last December, VO2 came out, and it redefined video generation for the industry. And if you saw Demis's Sizzling Onions post yesterday, you know that we've been cooking something else. Today, I'm excited to announce our new state-of-the-art model, VO3. And like a lot of other things you've heard about from stage today, it's available today. The visual quality is even better. Its understanding of physics is stronger. But here's the leap forward. VO3 comes with native audio generation. That means that VO3 can generate sound effects, background sounds, and dialogue. Now you prompt it, and your characters can speak. Here's a wise old owl and a nervous young badger in the forest. Take a listen.
They left behind a ball today. It bounced higher than I can jump.
Oh, what manner of magic is that?
Pretty cool, right? VO added not just the sounds of the forest, but also the dialogue. We're entering a new era of creation with combined audio and video generation that's incredibly realistic. The quality is so good, it feels like you're there, on the boat with this guy.
This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light.
Wild, right? The fact that it's got the audio and the sound, like this is such a breakthrough. Previously, you'd need to do these independently. But now with VO3, this is all combined in one. Now imagine the future of the impact in business of things like upskilling. So imagine this, you create an AI agent that writes a script, then sends that to VO3 to create a training video. For example, I've got one here, like a prompt could be create a mock sales call between a salesperson and a potential new client, present the videos to people on a web meeting. The salesperson is Filipino and the customer is in America, and use the supplied script, and you'd have the agent write the script. And so you give examples of how to work with selling a product, how to handle objection handling and so forth. And then, of course, using AI agents and automations, you can set up a follow-up quiz for the user after they've watched that video and do a quiz for the user. And even start doing things like analyzing sales calls, then creating role-play examples on the fly to train the user using the video on how to better handle the sale. So going beyond just this idea of scripts and text and so forth, but getting all the way through into video training materials. This is just outstanding. Now, do say that there is a little caveat on this at the moment, and that is that VO3 is in preview. And so from an API perspective, it can only create 8 seconds of video at the moment. But what we know is that it's going to keep getting better. Imagine when this is doing even just 3 minutes of video. That's going to be incredibly impactful for training videos. And there's a whole nother tool to check out on making more extended videos. But in particular, I see a lot of power on this one for training and of course for advertising as well. Now, let's look at taking AI into the real world. Check out this next one from Google.
And designed for all-day wear, even though they're packed with technology. A camera and microphones give Gemini the ability to see and hear the world. Speakers let you listen to the AI, play music, or take calls. And an optional in-lens display privately shows you helpful information just when you need it. These glasses work with your phone, giving you access to your apps while keeping your hands free. All this makes glasses a natural form factor for AI, bringing the power of Gemini right to where you are. So, unlike Clark Kent, you can get superpowers when you put your glasses on. Nishta is back there to show us how these glasses work for real. Let me send her a text now, and let's get started.
Hey everyone. Right now, you should be seeing exactly what I'm seeing through the lens of my Android XR glasses. Like my delicious coffee over here, and that text from Shram that just came in. Let's see what he said. All right, it's definitely showtime, so I'm gonna launch Gemini and get us going. Send Shram a text that I'm getting started, and silence my notifications, please.
Okay, I've sent that message to him, and muted all your notifications.
Nice.
Yeah, shows at Shoreline Amphitheater, which are often seen as homecoming shows for the band.
No way. Can you show me a photo of one of their performances here?
Sure, here's one. Want me to play one of their songs?
I'd love that. I can listen while I make my way to the stage.
Great. Here's Under the Aurora by Counting Crows.
Welcome, Nishta.
Hey everyone.
Thanks for that star-studded behind-the-scenes look. By the way, do you want to book that coffee with Dita now?
Yes. The crew actually gave me some awesome coffee backstage, so let me try something fun. Gemini, what was the name of the coffee shop on the cup I had earlier?
That might have been Bloomsgiving. From what I can tell, it's a vibrant coffee shop on Castro Street.
Great memory. Can you show me the photos of that cafe? I want to check out the vibes.
Definitely. Do these photos from Maps help?
Now you got to check out the full video. I'll make sure we get a link to it in the notes below. The video then goes on the demonstration to show how Google Maps can then display how to walk to that location. You can talk to Gemini and ask it to book a table at the restaurant. And it even goes into a session where the two of the presenters are talking in different languages, and it's in real time transcribing the language onto the screen on the glasses. Now, I've got a pair of Meta Ray-Bans and they're pretty awesome, but really the desirable thing is to have the AI agent there talking to you with Gemini and this heads-up display on the screen. It's truly remarkable. And for me, imagine how this changes everything at this point in time. Being able to take AI into the real world on a daily basis with a form factor of those glasses that actually means that it will be incredibly useful. Here are just 3 thoughts on this. So imagine if you've got employees that are repair personnel that are out in the field, that are repairing equipment, and being able to reference how to apply a fix correctly, or then connect to a Raya AI agent in voice mode that allows them to correctly analyze a faulty part, or verbally then say, hey, can I please now order that part and get the confirmation on the glasses. So this is a really exciting space. The developer preview is coming for it now, so we'll be able to actually develop to tools like these glasses. It is such an exciting time ahead. Now, also in the video, I was just actually with about 50 CEOs here in Manila, and I showed the same video and said, hey, what stood out for you? And one person said, memory. Wasn't it amazing how Gemini could remember what was on the coffee cup to actually find out what the name of the cafe was? That is incredible. And I've been having that same experience with Gemini, using Gemini Flash on the just on the web as well. So incredible things coming from Google. I think I'm not surprised to see that their share price has increased in the last couple of days, and that this is such a race between the big companies, and we are the winners. And being able to then connect our foundational platform AI agents and automations like Raya Pro to it is just, we are right exactly where we want to be. Everyone here right on this call exactly where you're meant to be. And there's such cool things to build as we're going forward. Now, here's another example of taking glasses into the real world. One of the jobs for franchise area managers is to go around to the different stores and do site audits. It's often a very tedious task. But now AI could actually pick up the issues, connect that to Raya AI agents with automations, generate reporting, update the ERP. The ideas are endless. Or if you're in property management, another great example of going and doing an inspection at a property and being able to compare all the data and write the reports, just wild. Or for me, back in my 20s, I had a waterfront restaurant in Brisbane, and we had about 3,500 customers a week. And I always dreamed of remembering everyone's names and what they ate last time, and if they gave feedback scores or reviews, and ideas on how I could make their visit even more enjoyable and more personalized. Of course, my tiny little human brain couldn't handle that level of processing, but being augmented with AI in the real world through this form factor of glasses, this is breakthrough. All of those ideas that were once dreams or science fiction ideas are about to become science fact. It's all going to happen this year. There's no doubt that the leverage we're about to see, because the models are getting better, the ability to apply AI in more areas is getting better. I feel for people who are not getting on board right now. Within 6 months, they're really going to feel left behind. Now, speaking of not feeling left behind, in the book, in Untangling the AI Overwhelm, under the strategy section is the kill your company game. Now, remember, I don't want you to kill your company, but I do want you to review your business model, product, and opportunities that you have, and go through a whole redesign activity. Because this statement from Sam Altman, although it's not going to be a common thing, it will be a reality. And his little group of friends, tech CEOs, there's this betting pool for the first year that there will be a one-person billion-dollar company, which would have been unimaginable without AI and will now happen. Now, a billion-dollar company, a unicorn, it's an outlier. It's not the norm, so let's get clear on that. But one thing is for sure, smaller footprint teams and organizations are going to get outstanding results with AI. So what this means for you is to actually pause and have a look at your organization. And one of my favorite books is The Invincible Companies. So the Kill Your Company game in section 1.2 in Untangling the Overwhelm takes from the frameworks of the Invincible Company book. Published by Wiley, it is sensational. It's my favorite book at the moment. And the reason is that now is the time to rethink strategy through this portfolio approach. Essentially, the 2 boxes that you see on the right, one is explore and the other is exploit. Exploit refers to our existing or current business model, and taking the real adult approach in recognizing that every business model will go through death and disruption. It always has. So, or at least death and disruption risk. And the thing is, though, that this is now going to happen faster than ever before with AI. So the game is to actually accelerate or get as much return as possible out of the current business model and go through a whole range of optimization approaches with AI and automation. While doing that, also, so this is an and game, is to explore new potential business models and products and service offerings and actually take them through a process of analyzing them from an innovation risk perspective to an expected return and start running mini projects. So, and in doing this, though, what it does is actually creates this environment where we're actually okay with failure. We've got to be set in this explore phase to be open to some things not working out. Let's face it, not everything works out in life. We're all been around long enough to know that. And in business, this is the same thing. Now, if you look at Amazon as such a successful company, the thing is, not everything's been a winner. There's been a lot of failures along the way, but it's the failures that have actually led towards the extreme winners, like things like Amazon Marketplace and Amazon Web Services, just absolute behemoths. Now, take your attention over here on the right. Now, there is a risk here when you start having a look at business model portfolio in the explore phase. And the risk is that we dabble and we don't give it the attention and energy it deserves. And so the risk with dabbling is it can distract us from our core business when we're dabbling with AI versus going all in and getting really serious about making the changes. Now, at this all-in phase and where you get the wins, now this is something I haven't been great at, but it's something that we're working heavily on now, is that as you run your different projects and ideas, actually set budgets and hypothesis and risk factors and go, no-go zones. And you can actually plan all this out around different gates. Create yourself a hypothesis log, test and measure, set timeframes on building so that, or what it is that you're making the changes on, so that you can do the full assessment of those new ideas. So we've seen in the AI command room where you can plan out the savings, also need to plan out what the investment's going to be. Now that's the explore phase, and of course you've got the exploit phase, which is about looking at your current business model and making sure you're getting your documentation right and tracking it through. Now, just as a reminder, the AI command rooms, which you can find at app.commandroom.ai, is available with your Multiply app login credentials. If you go to the commandroom.ai site, you will not see a login button. The reason for that is that we are in this early stage of our explore, right, with the AI command room. And so we want it to be special access just for all of our Flow Friday attendees so that you know all about it. And of course, once you've got that, you start to, in your whether it's explore or exploit, track everything in the command room. Put it in your backlogs, take it through to planning the detail in the discovery phase, in the design phase, or discovery and design, and look at what are all the different steps, put in the salary amounts so you can see what it costs to actually run a specific process yourselves as just humans, and then look at it with AI and look at the savings and use that as your foundation for making these changes, so that you can see that you're building a business case larger enough that warrants the attention that you're putting into it. You don't want to be in the dabble phase. You want to make sure that you're going all in the high impact results. And then once you're at that discover phase and you're happy to proceed, it makes sense, then move into design and deploy and educate and execute and evaluate. If you want to go deeper on these concepts, you can go to pages 256 to 261 in the Untangling the Overwhelm. And a reminder, June 5, we are launching our AI Agent and Automation Integration Certification for AI consultants. Here, it's learning all about how to become an AI consultant, work with clients in a long-term sustainable relationship, because digital transformation isn't going anywhere. The changes are going to come faster, the impact is going to get bigger, and being able to actually do this, whether you're a external consultant making money with clients, or you're working for a company and you're acting as that internal consultant, this program is beneficial. In order to really win as an AI consultant, it is about delivering rapid time to value on results for organizations, being a trusted authority in the market, developing embedded, evolving value for clients, and having a foundation delivery engine. And we're bringing all of this together under our CHIP framework, which CHIP stands for credibility and positioning, performance and purpose, human and AI systems, and impact integration. So that's the CHIP. I've said it in the wrong order. Enjoy that one. It is now 12:10 a.m. I can feel it. And full framework. There's actually a book coming with this one as well soon. But speaking of the book, make sure you get your copy of the PDF version of Untangling the AI Overwhelm. I'm currently in the next phase of writing it, so fixing the edits and a few errors in it, but also expanding it, specifically in the areas of AI agents and, spoiler alert, the new AI operating system for business. There is so much coming. So excited. Great to have you here for Flow Friday sessions. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Continuing on expanding that knowledge as Flow engineers, continue to take that innovator's mindset and start creating out new AI agents and automations. And I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks with you as we, especially June 5, as we bring the new Raya Pro 2 to market, and look out. It's going to be a great time. So bye everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Looking forward to seeing you at the next Flow Friday. Bye for now.